All right, let's get to the NFL trade deadline. So the trade deadline, it went down. It passed on Tuesday. I feel like normally nothing happens. It's just like, oh, what's going to happen in the deadline? Nothing.
Adios, sir.
Adios, Andrew. No one good is moved. It's just all hype. I feel like this one was actually pretty active. I mean, we had some crap teams being sellers.
Yeah.
The Jets flipping Sauce Gardner to the Colts for 2 first-round picks, sending Quinn Williams to the Cowboys. The Eagles were active. They traded for Jalen Phillips, defensive end from the Dolphins. They also acquired, what the hell's his name? I don't know. Jair Alexander.
Yeah, the DB, yeah.
Cornerback. So we had the Saints trading for Trevor Penning, the offensive lineman, in the light of the Joe Alt injury. Seahawks trading for Rashid Shaheed. So there are a few things going on. I mean, the Jets are tearing it down. They are just starting all over.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because the guys they're sending away are still pretty young players. Like
it doesn't make any sense. And I don't know, though. I mean, I think the hole they got for Sauce Gardner might not be a bad trade for them. To be perfectly honest, Sauce Gardner definitely got hyped up his rookie year. And then he's been playing pretty good football as a corner. I'm not saying he's a bad cornerback, but 2 first-rounders, and they got a decent receiver in the haul as well. Kind of liked that trade for the Jets. But to get rid of Quinn Williams, that was a dumb move. That guy's an anchor on any defense. That was a dumb move. His brother's on the team, which I found out about, and also got benched after that trade.
That is weird.
Yeah.
That is weird. It's 2 firsts for Sauce Gardner is honestly a pretty big price to pay. So, on the other side, the Colts are going all in. And I'm sure, Sauce Gardner's young. He recently got an extension. He's going to be part of the team for a while, but that's an aggressive move. I think it's basically the Colts recognizing we have to pounce now because it's been a weird year. The AFC's kind of wide open. Like some of the teams we thought would be right in the mix all year kind of stink.
Well, it's new Irsay ownership, right? She's so involved in everything. So maybe on the headset, she heard this week that the coaches were bitching about their DBs, and she said, hold my beer. I'm going to go get one of the young studs in the league who just signed a $130 million deal too. So if you are Sauce Gardner right now, you're pretty pumped.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, this is his first chance to really play winning football, be in the postseason. But they're really going for it. I mean, the AFC is looking a little more open. We thought the Ravens would be good. They're below 500. We thought the Bengals would be good. Burrow's out. And
Chiefs are out of the playoffs.
The Chiefs are not in the playoffs right now. I mean, the Colts, they have the best record. They have the best offensive line in the league. They're getting probably the best season of quarterback play that they've ever had in their franchise. They're really, I mean, to me, 2 first-round picks is a lot, so they're really going for it. I still don't know if I would pick them to beat the Bills or the Chiefs in the playoffs, but I can't fault them for going for it because this might be their best chance to make a deep run for a while.
I mean, it's probably a good move. If you're a Colts fan, you're happy today, I think.
Yeah, and on the Jets side, I mean, they're just racking up picks. They're prepared to completely strip it down. If you're going to take a quarterback, start all at once. They might feel bad, say, we put Aaron Glenn in a position where he can't win. Start over with an offensive coach. I see this so many times. Teams will draft a quarterback, but they'll have this coach from the last regime, and he's a defensive coach, or he's just not a great football coach, and they just waste someone's rookie year. I just watched the Patriots do it with Drake May. I mean, I'm glad he's having a phenomenal year 2, but they completely wasted his rookie year. And it happens so much. Andrew was just talking about the terrible coaching staff the Bears had for Caleb Williams. I'm sorry, Aaron Glenn, you get a fair shake. People aren't going to hold it against you. They know it's the Jets. If you're really serious about taking a quarterback, start over completely.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed the Bills didn't make any moves, but Brandon Beane actually came out and made some comments about the younger GMs and how they kind of ruined the trade deadline this season and made it almost too much like Madden because he felt the asking prices were ridiculous, which doesn't make me feel good that Brandon Beane, who's not a super old guy, is talking about how young GMs are ruining the league. Buddy, I don't care if they're ruining the league. That is how the league is adjusting, and you need to adjust with it. So don't admit your mistake. It's really bad words to say mid-season, so hopefully those words don't go on to haunt him. But we really could have used another receiver at the deadline, and the Bills stayed silent.
Yeah, it is crazy. I mean, really, just a handful of teams active and really going all out to improve their team. Not surprised to see the Eagles do it. It seems like they're always in the middle of trying to make their team better. I mean, they have their issues. They have some infighting. But if you're a fan, you want to root for a team like Philly. I mean, yes, they just won the Super Bowl, but they're always looking to bring in new talent. And
Howie, trust him, man.
Good ownership, good GM. So that was the trade deadline. Pretty crazy. So now rosters locked for the second half. Let's get into some NFL Week 10 preview. We got some exciting games on the slate. We're gonna run down. We picked 5 of them that we think really stand out. First, to me, this might be the best game of the week. It's the New England Patriots down here in Tampa, taking on the Buccaneers. The Bucs are a 2.5-point favorite. I mean, it is Drake versus Bake. It's May versus Mayfield. It's 2 of the best stories of the NFL so far this season. 2 MVP candidates. I think this one is going to be an all-time classic.
Well, the ticket prices are saying that, and if you live in Tampa, you know what I'm talking about. Tampa's a weird place because there's so many people from other places that some games ticket prices are insane. Patriots coming into town, those are one of those teams where good luck getting a ticket. Cheapest ticket I saw right now in the 300s is for $500. This game is must-see action for Tampa, who's playing really well, and the Patriots, who are playing well. This is probably our game of the week here at Lawn Chair Sports. I think there's a world where we figure out a way to get a ticket and go to this game and film some content, man.
That would be phenomenal. I mean, that'd be big for the Bucs, really, just to have kind of creators like us on site. Yeah, and fans would love it. So.
We could make fake press badges, still buy tickets and not actually sneak in.
Right.
But we could just both wear hats and wear kind of like similar stuff. And yeah, we could try it out.
You just got to act the part. I mean, if fake Klay Thompson got on the court and got to do Warriors shoot around, then, us getting on the field press passes, that seems like nothing.
No, it seems like nothing. And I mean, Andrew thought we faked our whole entire podcast. So
that's true.
Yeah. Which was a little strange that he never watched it.
That would be so elaborate. We've been talking about it a lot.
Shame on our friends, though, for not coming on before Andrew did, even though Andrew's one of our friends. But we have some other friends who are loyal listeners, and we've asked them to come on many times, and they still haven't.
It's crazy. But this one's wild. The consensus, Bucs are 2.5-point favorite. I like the Pats in this one, winning a classic. The Bucs are coming off a bye, but they have a lot of guys banged up. Chris Godwin is questionable to play. The Pats are 4-0 on the road this season. And I've got a lawn chair lock. Ooh. I've got Hunter Henry with a touchdown reception. You can get that at plus 240 on Hard Rock Bets. They're basically giving you free money because Hunter Henry will be catching a touchdown pass in this game. Get it at plus 240 on Hard Rock
Good
Bet.
young tight end. That's probably a pretty good call. I might put some money on that myself. Yeah, I think this game's going to be a close one, but if anyone can win in the fourth quarter right now at home, it's Baker, Big Malls, Mayfield. I think the Bucs get the win here.
Yeah, I think it'll come down to the wire, and must-see TV. That's at 1 o'clock. All right, next up, this is a big one. We got 2 teams who are kind of at an inflection point of their season. They are in the thick of it, and they both need a W. I'm talking about the Baltimore Ravens at the Minnesota Vikings. The Ravens are 4.5-point favorites. They both lost a bunch of games because they were without their starting quarterbacks in the middle of the season. Lamar returned last week. The Ravens got the win in Miami. They're 3-5. The Vikings are 5-3. They're in a tight NFC North race. Whoever loses this is kind of screwed. I mean, both teams need this one. There's 2 teams in a similar spot. How do we feel?
I don't know, man. I think this one's going to be a lot closer than I think. I mean, I want to see you go first on this one.
Yeah, I have a prediction. J.J. McCarthy is back. I mean, when he suits up, the Vikings are winning games. And I think he's going to rip the Ravens' hearts out in this one. I'm predicting a monster breakout game for J.J. McCarthy with him eclipsing 160 passing yards. And I believe this is going to be the beginning of the end for John Harbaugh. He's a great coach, but with Lamar coming back, if this season slips away, he's been in the position for, call it 15 years. Sometimes, even for a great coach, it's just time for a change. I think John Harbaugh, that seat could get a little hot after J.J. McCarthy does his thing this Sunday.
That's a raven, in case you were a bird listener. No, the Ravens take this one easy, man. The Ravens are back. Lamar is back. Derrick Henry is pumped up again. Harbaugh, do not count him out. Do not count out the Harbaugh family. That is one thing I've learned in this world. Do not count out the Harbaugh family. Ravens, it's a lock.
Yeah. All right. That'll be a good one. Next up, we have A battle on the West Coast. It's the LA Rams at Levi's Stadium taking on the 49ers. The Rams are 4.5-point favorites on the road in this one. The 49ers beat the Rams in Week 5 at SoFi Stadium.
Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. This is my lawn chair lock of the week. Put all your money on the Rams. The Rams are hot right now. Matthew Stafford's going to continue his MVP reign. He's going to have a wonderful game. Devontae Adams, watch out. He might catch 2 more touchdowns. Puka Nacua, don't know if he's back, but if he is, he's going to be playing very well. 49ers, good team, but right now with Mac Jones, they just don't pose a threat to my boy Matthew Stafford. Plus 4.5. That's a lock. They're going to win by at least a touchdown this game.
Yeah, I agree. Stafford's playing out of his mind. We're talking about Matthew Stafford versus Mac Jones. What are we talking about? And the Rams have a great defense. Can they bottle up Christian McCaffrey? He actually only had 57 yards in the first matchup. If anything, it was a breakout game by Kendrick Bourne, had nearly 200 receiving yards. I don't see that happening again. Mac Jones is not going to shred the Rams defense twice. I don't believe the Rams get swept in this season series. So I like the Rams on the road. All right, Sunday Night Football. You've got the Pittsburgh Steelers, 2.5-point underdogs at LA taking on the Chargers.
It's a tough one. It's 2 teams that can show up and play well any given Sunday, but it's also 2 teams that can show up and play horrible any given Sunday. So it's a tough one to predict, but I'm going to go with just the more seasoned quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. I think the Steelers pull it out. Herbert, for me, is just too wishy-washy this year.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this one is in LA, but we talk about no home field advantage for the Chargers. This will be a Steelers home game. Steelers fans are all over the country, and they will be filling up SoFi Stadium on Sunday night.
You're going to see a lot of yellow towels out there. Yep.
And the Chargers defense is elite. The Steelers defense is awful. So a lot of people are airing Chargers. I bet Justin Herbert, he'll put up his numbers. He'll get big numbers in this game. But when it comes down to crunch time, when it comes to the clutch, well, actually, I don't really like either of these quarterbacks. Yeah. But I like Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers winning this one on Sunday night.
I'm with you.
All right. Last up, another great matchup, Monday Night Football. It's the Philadelphia Eagles at Lambeau Field. Green Bay is a 2.5-point favorite in this one.
Vegas might know something we don't know. I've been trapped like this before. In fact, in the group text, when all of you guys were texting that the Cowboys were a lock, I knew they weren't a lock. I knew they weren't a lock last week. I knew they weren't. Everybody in the friend group was putting money on the Cowboys. They said it was the easiest bet of the year. No. Vegas knows something. When Vegas has a sniff like this, I can't ignore it. I think the Packers do win this game, and I'm not betting the Eagles. It's a trap betting game. Do not bet the Eagles.
I'm fading Vegas. I don't give a shit what Vegas has to say because the Packers, since week 1, when they thrashed the Lions, they really only have one impressive win. It was when they beat the Steelers 2 weeks ago. They're trending in the wrong direction. They just lost Tucker Kraft to a torn ACL. I saw them lose to 2 terrible teams, including last week, the Carolina Panthers. Also, the Eagles have added at the deadline. They're trending upward. They added Jalen Phillips. They added former Packer Jair Alexander, who has the book on Jordan Love and the Packers. A.J. Brown is staying. The trade deadline is passed. Everyone's happy now. Saquon Barkley's getting his touches, getting his touchdowns. And a lot of people in the preview of this game are saying, well, the thing is, the Packers are a lot better on third down. So much better on third down. Have you ever heard of the tush push? You think the Eagles give a shit about third down? Okay, why would you care about converting on third down when fourth down is automatic? See, that's why Jalen Hurts is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. It's like all these other teams, they're working with 3 tries to convert. No, he gives them an extra down to work with.
I mean, it is true. It's very hard to defend against.
So I could not care less the Eagles only convert 33% on third down. They don't need to.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. They do play a brand of football, and they do make their play calls based on it being okay to be 4th and 2 or less.
Right. It's like other teams, they don't want to be in that
spot. The
spot.
Eagles really need to only have to get about 8 yards every 3 downs. Most NFL teams try to get 10 yards every
That's
3
why they're
downs.
insane. And then it's when Saquon is buzzing, that's easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting 3 yards carry out of him. I mean,
no less than. That's only 2
yeah,
yards.
exactly. You don't even need 3. So that's why I like Philly in this one. So a lot of good games on the slate. I mean,
yeah, it's going to be a great season. Sorry, it already is a great season.
Yeah,
it's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great week. I'm pumped.
All right. Do you want to hit on some power rankings? I was going to
let's do a power rankings. I think we go top 5 each.
Yep.
Again, remember how we do our power rankings. This isn't like overall talent. This is Okay, playoffs are tomorrow. Who are we thinking has the best chance to win the Super Bowl? I'm going to let you go first. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and then our top team.
All right, let's get into it. At my number 5, I'm taking Danny Dimes, Jonathan Taylor, and the Indianapolis Colts. They've got the best record in the league right now. They've got the best offensive line in the league, the best running back in the league, Jonathan Taylor. And they just made a big splash, shoring up the secondary, trading for Sauce Gardner. Could they be beating the playoffs? Of course they could. I mean, I can't say right now that I can necessarily trust Danny Dimes to outduel Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes in a playoff matchup. But they deserve to be top 5. I mean, this is a complete team, and they will be a threat. The Colts will be in the mix. I've got them my number 5.
My number 5 is Dan Campbell in Detroit with Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Hutchinson, and Laporta. That team is a very good football team. Gibbs as well. But they've been slipping. They've had some games where they're off. They're not where they were last year. But I think that might actually benefit them because they might be the underdogs going into the playoffs. I have Detroit at number 5.
All right. My number 4, I've got Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I know right now they're sitting 5-4 and they're out of the playoffs, but this team's still very much alive. I mean, Mahomes is still having a great year despite a shit effort last week against the Bills. And even if they get in as a wild card or a lower seed, they've proven they could win on the road in the playoffs. For a while, they only played playoff games in Kansas City, but I mean, that whole thing is out the window. In 2023, they went on the road. They won in Buffalo. They won in Baltimore. They had to win tough games on the road on their way to the Super Bowl. And when it comes to playoffs, it's all about experience. Would it really surprise you to see the Chiefs back in the AFC Championship, back in a Super Bowl? They're my number 4.
My number 4, this might be a surprise out there, but I have the Birds, but not the bird you might think. The Seattle Seahawks I have at number 4. Sam Darnold played a perfect half of quarterback last week. He's on fire. Smith and Jigba is looking insane, and that defense is playing with some heart out there. Don't discount Seattle. I have them as my number 4 team. I think they could do some damage if the playoffs started tomorrow.
Yeah. Shout out to the Seahawks. All right, my number 3, I have the Birds that you probably were thinking of. I'm talking about defending champion Eagles. Don't sleep on these defending champs. There's been a lot of noise so far. What's going on inside the building? Does everyone hate Jalen Hurts? They might. Noise is their only issue. I mean, this team is incredible top to bottom. Howie Roseman went out, made some big-time deals to bolster this team that is just oozing talent already. They're going to be a tough out. I mean, the Eagles, the only team that can stop the Eagles is the Eagles. They deserve to be number 3.
It's not a bad pick. My number 3, I actually have the Kansas City Chiefs as well. I think the Chiefs are someone you do not want to see in the playoffs. They have the experience. I think this is probably Kelsey's last go-around. He's going to really try to ramp it up as we go into the playoffs. I wouldn't want to see the Chiefs early on in the playoffs, so I have Chiefs at number 3.
All right. On my number 2, I've got your Buffalo Bills coming off a huge win against Kansas City, a statement win. You know, people thought for a while their defense is going to be the issue. Suddenly, that defense, not so shitty. I mean, they had Patrick Mahomes in shambles, and they're now the 12th ranked defense in the league. So you like to get it up a little bit, but not horrible. Josh Allen is playing like a stud. He is now the favorite to win the MVP award in Vegas. James Cook is having an incredible season. I do think the coach is kind of a dope, but it turns out that doesn't actually matter. The Eagles won a Super Bowl with Nick Sirianni last year.
Yeah. If that's your number 2, I'm really scared to see who your number 1 is. I think I have an idea. My number 2 is the Eagles. I know you already touched on them, so I'm not going to go too in depth, but Saquon Barkley, the 2 receivers they have out wide, and Jalen Hurts with that defense, it's just too much. They're going to be the top team in the NFC.
All right. On my number 1, I'm going out west. I like Matt Stafford, Sean McVay, and these Los Angeles Rams. Stafford is a freaking menace. This guy is putting up an incredible season, and no one's talking about it. 21 touchdowns, 2 picks. The NFC is just opening up. It's opening up, and the Rams are kind of emerging as a top team. I mean, they are battling in the wild, wild NFC West, and especially if they beat the 49ers this week, I mean, look out for the freaking Rams.
I'm proud of you, man, for leaving your Pats out of the top 5. My number 1, though, is my Buffalo Bills. Until further notice, Josh Allen is king of the NFL. When Josh Allen is king of the NFL, he can beat any team, any week. Do not count out the Bills. They are the hottest team in the NFL right now. They're trending upwards, and Sean McDermott has the boys looking good. With James Cook running like this, I don't know if the Bills can be touched. Super Bowl bound.
I like that. Yeah, those good power rankings right there.
That's good. I thought there was we had some differing of opinions, but I think all the teams we mentioned, I think those are pretty good picks. I think we have our finger on the pulse this year, man. And that is because we watch every single game.
We do. Yeah. Some of these other shows, they talk about is we actually watch every snap from every game. So it's we know what we're talking about.
And also, I did want to mention something. Anyone who has lawn chair and sports in their podcast name, you will be hearing from our lawyer soon for a cease and desist. So, hey, warnings out there. Just delete your channel now because we're coming for you.
Right. I don't know what prompted that now, but that is true. We have been thinking that for a while.
You made me think of shows that don't watch the actual games. And anyone else except for us who has lawn chair sports, they're frauds.
Yeah. Feels like it. All right. Do we want to handle the college games real quick?
I think we need to.
I think we do because college football is heating up just like the NFL.
We love college football.
We're just college football guys here in the Southeast. That's what we do. All right. I mean, we got one of the best rivalries in all of college. I'm talking LSU at Alabama at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Bama is the number 4 ranked team in the country. They are a 9.5-point favorite. Who do we like?
So this is actually a funny story. So when Brian Kelly got fired, I saw the next day that their offensive coordinator got fired. Their offensive coordinator was Joe Sloan. Okay. Probably don't remember that name. Probably doesn't ring a bell. Then I was looking up also Alabama, just kind of seeing where they're at. Their offensive coordinator is, can you look it up? Oh, sorry. Their offensive coordinator is Nick Sheridan. Now, this is crazy full circle moment for me because when I was at USF in 2011, Nick Sheridan and Joe Sloan were on the coaching staff that year. Nick Sheridan was my quarterback's coach / co-offensive coordinator, and Joe Sloan was a graduate assistant. So I had no idea because I stopped following them that they were the offensive coordinators for 2 of the biggest schools in the SEC. So their last 10 years from when I knew them has really been on the ascent, and that was kind of cool to see. But Joe Sloan's fired, so he's not going to be playing this week. I have Alabama, Nick Sheridan, the boys taking care of business. Right now, Alabama is looking like the powerhouse that they once were. Ty Simpson is one of the best quarterbacks in college football right now, and he's definitely the most consistent. DeBoer has the boys, the Crimson Tide. LSU stands no chance this week.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I like the LSU Tigers in the upset here because the sky is the limit now for these Tigers and Garrett Nussmeier now that Brian Kelly is gone. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air. We all know Brian Kelly, he killed the guy. He didn't even know the players' names. Things were toxic under Brian Kelly at LSU. And you look across, and now Bama is the one stuck with the idiot coach. I mean, I can't believe they couldn't do better than Kalen DeBoer when this job was open, when Nick Saban retired a year and a half ago. This guy looks like an actor who doesn't know anything about football, playing an idiot football coach in like a low-budget Disney Channel movie. I like LSU in the upset this weekend.
Okay.
All right. Oh, also, Alabama can't run the ball. They're 114th in rushing in all of FBS, which is crazy.
Insane.
Yeah, I think that's pretty bad.
They used to be running back U, so that is a crazy stat.
Yeah, what a fall off. All right, next up, we have number 7 ranked BYU at number 8 Texas Tech. Yeah. Texas Tech is a 10.5-point favorite.
Yeah, Texas Tech, man, the Red Raiders. I love their offense this year. They really, with all the transfers they got on offense, they're really gearing up for a big win this week. BYU, they're just up there. They haven't really played anyone this year. I think this game is an easy win, an absolute easy win for the Red Raiders.
Man, you got to put some respect on these great Mormon people and the BYU Cougars, okay? Actually, no, you don't need to because Texas Tech is better in pretty much every category. They score more points per game. They allow fewer points. They force more turnovers, and they played a tougher schedule so far. BYU has only played one ranked team, and we're talking about Texas Tech. They're a Big 12 staple. We're talking Big 12. We're talking the best colleges in the middle of the country. I mean, we're talking about blue blood programs. Texas, Oklahoma, Nebraska. I mean, that's who's on Texas Tech's schedule.
Yeah.
And plus, these BYU students, they have an honor code they got to live by. That means they can't enjoy booze, and they can't enjoy the sweet taste of Surfsides throughout the season, take the edge off.
Yeah, and Andy, I do want to point out, and I think you were saying this as a joke, but you do know that all those schools you mentioned are no longer in the Big 12.
I do.
Okay.
Do you know what conference BYU is in?
The Big 12. Yeah.
Hey,
But
I like Texas Tech, though.
I like the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I like them winning and covering.
See, it's funny because sometimes I don't even pick up your sarcasm. So I'm sure the viewers have a very easy time picking it up.
I want them to call me an idiot. Like that's my goal here.
Oh,
But yeah, tough one. BYU, they got an honor code. They can't booze at all. No surf sides for them. And yeah,
Kansas
tough
State
living.
still owns the Big 12, though. if
Tough
you ask me.
living. Seriously. All right. Next up, we got two former Big 12 teams. It's the number 3 ranked Texas A&M Aggies. And the number 22 ranked Missouri Tigers.
Yeah, the Aggies, man, what a year they're having. I have the Aggies winning easily here. I don't want to get too much into the depth of the game itself because you don't need to. If you see the stat lines that the Aggies have versus the other team that they're playing,
Right.
I just think
Missouri.
Texas. Yeah, I just think Texas A&M takes this one easily.
Yeah, I mean, this is a classic showing. It's offense versus defense. A&M, they're the 11th ranked offense. Missouri, they're the 13th ranked defense. So it's kind of going to be those two units sort of just going at each other and kind of like whoever does better between those two. That could very well decide the game. But Missouri's down to their third string quarterback.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, unless you're Cardale Jones, I don't believe in the third string. Okay. There's a reason they're third on the depth chart. And Missouri, they're coming off an embarrassing loss to Vanderbilt. And yes, I know Vanderbilt's ranked, but Vanderbilt is known for good academics. That's not what the SEC is about. I mean, most of these SEC teams, they are professional football programs that happen to have classrooms. Vanderbilt is a university. I mean, if you're Missouri, you just lost to the future, doctors, engineers, and CEOs of America. I think they're shutting it down.
I think Vanderbilt's known as an educational school, maybe in the South, but I mean, I never would consider Vanderbilt like a top tier school.
They clean up in the SEC.
Yeah,
In the South. In the
okay.
South.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, anyway, not to speak badly of the good people of Vanderbilt.
We love the good
I'm
people
sure
of the
it's
South.
a lot of good professors there.
That's right. All right. Definitely excited to watch those games. I mean, it's going to be a loaded Saturday, loaded Sunday.
It's a lot of football. I mean, sometimes it feels overwhelming, but then you just got to remember that at one point this year, you're going to have no NBA, you're going to have no NFL to watch, and you're just going to be floating in a pool, aimless in life.
Right? And if you live somewhere cold, you won't be doing any of that. Maybe you'll be like sledding or something. I don't know.
You'll be drinking in a dark bar.
That's right. So, hey.
Sounds pretty nice.
All right. That's the end of our Week 10 football preview. We got a couple other like current storylines I feel like we should hit on. So I'll just start ripping them off. The Browns just had a bye week. During the week, Kevin Stefanski announced that for the second year in a row, he's going to cede his play calling. This time to be offense coordinator Tommy Reese taking over. And my thoughts on this guy is just freaking miserable. I watched him at the podium. Someone earlier in the week asked him a question, and it was kind of a dumb question. They said, hey, Joe Flacco, you see what he's doing in Cincinnati. He's putting up all these numbers. He couldn't really do that here. Do you have any thoughts on his play? Now, that's a tough question for a coach to ask. This guy, he looked like someone in his family just got shot. Like, he just was so pissed of no, I don't really think it's appropriate for a coach to answer that question. This guy is awful. I don't know how he won Coach of the Year twice. I don't know how he's kept the job for this long. I mean, this guy is a freaking wet blanket. Another thing people don't realize, he's the only head coach under which Deshaun Watson hasn't had success. So he ruined a guy who was at one point a top 5 quarterback. And yeah, you can change it the play caller, but it's so freaking obvious. It's a personal beef with Shadur Sanders. That's why he's not playing. And if you have any hesitation, if you don't know just exactly how valuable Shedeur Sanders is, take a look at the Colorado Buffaloes right now. Without Shedeur Sanders, they're now below 500, and that's with arguably the best head coach in the nation. So, Kevin Stefanski, what the hell?
Stefanski, wake up and realize what you have beneath your wings. You have one of the all-time great college quarterbacks in Shedeur Sanders, and you are starting the pathetic bum Dylan Gabriel. I mean, get it together. Shedeur Sanders is a proven track record of success everywhere he's been, and that's what Cleveland needs right now. They need consistency. They need leadership. They need nose to the grindstone football players, and Shedeur Sanders is the representation of hard work, focus, athleticism, accuracy, decision-making, prowess, utility, you name it, tenacity, moxie. The guy is one of the all-time great college football players, and you have him sitting on your bench. Look yourself in the mirror, Stefanski. Giving up the play call to Reese isn't going to solve anything until you change the quarterback to the quarterback that every single person in Cleveland wants, and that's Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, so I don't know. If they bring Kevin Stefanski back, not a serious franchise.
Agreed.
So that's what's going on in Cleveland. Next up, this happened like a week ago, but I don't care. It's still relevant. Ja Morant suspended by the Grizzlies after basically dogging it in a game. His coach kind of called him out. They have kind of a new hard-ass coach up in there, and he said, I'm not going to tolerate any crap. And Ja Morant just mailed it in this game against the Lakers. I mean, he was passing the ball even when he had favorable matchups. He just looked like disinterested out there. What do you think is going on with Ja?
Ja, get your act together, man. You're getting paid so much money to play basketball. You've made so many weird comments about how you don't want to be a role model for young kids. You keep doing the gun celebrations for no reason. You keep doing guns in real life for no reason. It's pathetic, Ja. You are a pathetic role model. You're a pathetic NBA player, and you give a bad name to every single hardworking NBA player out there and people who actually do want to be good examples for today's youth. Ja Morant is a joke. That guy should be out of the league within a year, and the NBA has to be reeling that Ja Morant is the stupidest, biggest idiot that the NBA has ever seen. I personally, not just professionally, hate Ja Morant and wish him nothing but the worst.
Yeah, this kid just doesn't get it. I feel like he's the classic athlete who's never had to work a real job before, so doesn't understand consequences whenever they screw up or mail it in. It's looking pretty likely that he's going to be the first big-name star to be traded because the Grizzlies seem pretty done with him. He seems pretty done with them. By all accounts, there's not really that much of a trade market for Ja Morant. Teams aren't willing to give up a whole lot, and the Grizzlies probably don't want to sell him for nothing. I think Ja could be successful if he goes elsewhere to be a real number two under kind of a veteran star who he would maybe respect. I don't think there's any coach you can put in there and he will listen to. I think the only person he may defer to would be a veteran star that he respects. I don't know if they have the assets to get it done. I think it'd be cool to see him land in Houston with the Rockets. They kind of need a point guard. Fred VanVleet went down, and it'd be crazy, but maybe Ime Udoka and, Kevin Durant, veteran leadership, keep him in line.
The only team that wants Ja Morant is the Harlem Globetrotters.
It's crazy. So what a fall for Ja Morant. But, yeah, not looking good right now. All right, next up. This is a recent story that I'm very excited to get into. The NCAA will now allow student athletes to gamble on pro sports. How do we feel about this one?
I think it's smart. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think bringing more betting into players who have direct lines to outcomes of other big betting markets is really smart. I don't see any downfall in this. I think people who get hit in the head a lot in football, they should definitely be full rights to gamble as much money as they want, especially with them all getting NIL money now. They definitely, instead of investing that, should really just go balls to the wall in college and gamble all their money away on pro sports, especially since a lot of their friends just left to play on the teams that they're betting on. I'm sure there will be nothing nefarious about this. The NCAA continues to just make great decisions.
Yeah, I think this is a great decision, too, because if you're the NCAA, you got to make sure that the talent pool is filled. And the thing is, not everyone who plays in college sports is going to go pro. And you would know this better than anyone. It's a grind being a student athlete. So you got to give the athletes a little bit of incentive here. It's going to be such a time-consuming thing. The NCAA takes so much. They got to give them a little bit. They're going to say, you know what? Yes, you can bet on these pro sports. And in this era of NIL, you know, yeah, it's great to make $10 million while you're in college, but what use is that $10 million if you're not allowed to spend it? If these guys can't turn around and make a same game parlay on Hard Rock Bet, then yeah, it's cool. But I mean, imagine if you got a big paycheck and you got told you couldn't use it.
I think this is a perfect fit. I think it's what the NCAA needed. I think
And the timing is right.
The timing's right, especially after what's been coming out. It makes a lot of sense. I think good job on the NCAA for finally getting something right.
Right. You got to regulate it, and they're getting out ahead of it.
They're ahead of the game.
Yeah. So shout out to the NCAA. All right. Tough story in sports right now. I can't believe it's gone on this long. We have an ESPN and YouTube TV stalemate. They're going at it. It's just two soulless corporations battling over money. And for the time being, since the beginning of November, ESPN has been off YouTube TV. That means a lot of big college games you're not going to see if you're a YouTube TV subscriber. Monday Night Football, some big NBA matchups. How do we feel about this standoff?
ESPN, guys, you are falling out of people's grace like never before. I mean, you just disengaged your deal with Penn Betting as well and just teamed up with DraftKings. You guys are greedy assholes, man. To be perfectly honest, you're greedy assholes. I'm paying like $100 a month for YouTube TV. I'm paying for the 4K premium package, all the sports games, and I can't watch college football now. Pretty much any of the games, all the good ones are on ABC and ESPN. I can't watch reruns of Shark Tank that I had recorded. I went in there the other day to YouTube TV to sit down after I got home to eat my dinner on the couch like I always do. And I went to go watch my 3 recorded Shark Tanks that I've been looking forward to, and they were gone. And I searched 10 minutes trying to figure out where the hell they were. And then I realized it's because these scumbags at ABC and Disney took off all ABC broadcasting from YouTube TV. It is 2 corporations going at it, but good on YouTube TV for sticking to their guns. I am team YouTube on this one. Absolute team YouTube. ESPN's a bunch of scoundrels, and they paid Pat McAfee too much, and they paid Stephen A. Smith too much. That's not our problem. Don't put that on us. It's interesting. Disney actually came to YouTube and was like, can you please just put us up for the election Tuesday? And YouTube TV said, nah, we're good. Unless you want to get a deal done, we're never broadcasting you again.
It's crazy. And the most frustrating part is at one point they were running commercials saying, yeah, unless we reach a resolution, one side's being too greedy. So right in here, have your voice be heard. No, this is Disney versus Google. It's not my job as the consumer to step in and battle your negotiation for you. You're both evil and I hate you. My YouTube TV is already way too expensive. ESPN is annoying. Half the programming is complete dog shit. And I have too much on my plate to be writing in saying, I think you should consider taking this offer. No, leave me out of this. And you know what? Have I missed a lot so far? Not really. I mean, this saved me from watching another Cowboys national TV game that I don't know why existed, but clean it up. Fix it before next Monday because we got Eagles-Packers on. That's a good game. That's a game that everybody ought to watch.
You're losing all fans, guys. Figure it out because I am about to just cancel all my subscriptions at this point.
Yeah. So hopefully we get a resolution there.
We need one.
Gotta get our channels back.
We need it.
This one I wanted to highlight. So Connor McDavid is widely considered the biggest star in hockey. Right? He is the best player in the NHL in a landslide. He's the Edmonton Oilers star. And I saw an interview of this guy being a complete wet blanket. I mean, this is why no one cares about the NHL and no one knows who the star players are. Basically, at the Oilers game last Saturday night, they had Game 7 of the World Series playing on the Jumbotron while the Oilers game was going on. Because everyone in the crowd at the game is really watching the World Series because Game 7 of the World Series is more important than an Oilers regular season game in early November. And after the game, Connor McDavid, he was a little wuss about it in his post-game presser. He said, yeah, I mean, it was just really bizarre and distracting, and I don't know, just complaining nonstop about it. Hey, Connor, you have no personality. You are you're a wet blanket. It's not always about you. These athletes have so little self-awareness. And you know what? Yeah, the Jays game 7 is more important than your random game. You know what? Why don't you go lose another Stanley Cup final, okay? I'm sure the Blue Jays, they'll put it on their video board, okay, when you're losing the Panthers again in game 7.
I think Connor McDavid's a great hockey player, but you're right. He's devout of any personality. He's devout of any stardom. You know, kind of, he doesn't have that it factor to really get out in the public. Doesn't help that he plays in Edmonton either for that sake. But yeah, I have no problem with them playing game 7 on the Jumbotron. I would have been pretty pumped if I was at the game watching that game on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a cool thing, and it's a one-time thing, so, you know.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, come on, Connor. All right.
Get it together, buddy.
This one I thought was interesting. In a study conducted by the American Psychological Association, it showed that 63% of young adults, Americans age 18 to 34, have considered leaving the country, relocating abroad this year because of the state of the nation. So that is 63% of young adults between 18 and 34, 53% of parents have considered leaving the United States due to the state of the nation.
So that 63% and that 53% clearly have no concept of what's going on around the world either. Because if they think the United States is bad right now, they should check out Canada. If they think the United States is bad right now, they should check out what's going on in the UK, Germany, Scotland, Ireland, France. I mean, the world is experiencing a very weird period. But to just think that you can escape your problems and run away to another country doesn't help anything. Right now, America needs to band together, stop being bitches to each other. Listen, if you go talk to anyone on the street, not on social media, but on the street, you're going to find that a lot more people are like you and agree with you about 99% of the things. And honestly, if they disagree, who gives a shit? Just go get a beer with someone. Have a good time. Life is short, man. I'm sick of all this arguing and all this politics. Just enjoy being around people. Enjoy having freedom of speech. Enjoy having the freedom to drive on nice highways and cars and go to restaurants and have the opportunity to go to public school. Even if it's not the best schools in the world, you know, there's a lot of countries and there's a lot of people that have it worse than us. So maybe instead of trying to flee the country, be appreciative for what you do have, because it can be a lot worse. And for 63% of them to think that, it's just sad, because I'll tell you, there's billions of people in this world that would trade places with them in a heartbeat, in an absolute heartbeat. And so it's sad to hear that. It's sad to see our country so splintered at the moment. But I really think there's a chance after Trump gets out of office to just kind of, maybe we can connect and heal a little bit. And I'm not saying Trump is the one that does it, because you replace Trump, it's going to be another divisive politician. So I think everyone just needs to stop paying attention to politics so much. Start watching some sports podcasts like the Lawn Chair Sports Show and just have a good time in life, because life is too short, man. But that's a horrible statistic.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the statistic, I honestly just laughed, because 63%, that's almost 2/3. And I know plenty of people, plenty of reasonable people. Many of them don't like the current president. Many of them don't like the current affairs, but no one is thinking about leaving the country. I mean, I thought this was hilarious, because it really just shows that anyone can just make up statistics and put them on the internet. And when we get ready for these podcasts, you know, it's time consuming, pulling the stats, reading statistics, you know, doing the research. If I could just make up stats on the fly and plug them in like the American Association of Psychology did, then preparing for this show would be a lot easier. So it just shows anyone can make up statistics and put them on the internet, because no way 63% of people feel this way.
Well, 80% of all statistics are made up.
That is true, except that one. That falls in the 20%.
Correct.
All right. Last time, we got to hit on it. I think personally it's a story of the week. There's no easy way to say it. Tom Brady cloned his dog. I'm sure you've seen this story.
Yes.
And as a dog owner yourself, I'd love to get your thoughts.
I get it. I do. I get why he did it. You know, when you love a dog that much, I get why he did it. I do think it's weird. I think it's weird that he even went through enough research to figure out how to clone his dog. It's not like he just went to the store across the street that offers dog cloning. He had to find out about this. And I'm not sure how far along in advance he was planning on it, because I would imagine you have to get some good DNA to be able to clone it too. So I don't know the specifics of that. So yeah, it's a little strange. Do we know? I didn't look too far into it. Was the cloned dog alive at the same time as the original dog?
I'm not sure about that. I do know the original dog, I believe, passed away a couple of years ago. And it sounds like the method they used to clone it was basically like blood in a petri dish.
I know, but yeah, it's just
Yeah, no,
weird.
I don't know if their lives
What was
overlapped.
the collection method? When did how long was that in his plans? That seems like almost Giselle Bundchen maybe brought like the thought into his head during their marriage. Probably at the same time Tom was eating all that avocado ice cream.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just, I freaking love Tom Brady, but the guy is such a weirdo. He can't do normal things. I mean, why are you cloning your dog? It's just, that's absolutely bizarre. This came out in a press release to People magazine because he's an investor in this company. So it's like an announcement. Hey, I'm investing in this company. We're going to clone. I cloned my dog. People say, wait, what? You cloned your dog? That's kind of weird. You know, he's wearing Uggs. He's a spokesperson for Uggs. He's had all these crazy plastic surgeries. His face looks bizarre. He's got the pseudoscience trainer and all of the weird nutrition. I feel like the marriage to Giselle brought him into this weird celebrity Hollywood world. Like when he came into the league, he actually just seemed like a pretty normal guy. He looked like a normal guy, seemed like one. Once he got married to Giselle, this guy is absolutely bizarre. I mean, you look at Peyton Manning, he relates to the everyman. He's endorsing Budweiser, he's endorsing Papa John's. Any Peyton Manning commercial, dads absolutely love him.
They do.
I mean, you feel you can have a beer with the guy. Tom Brady, I think he's a nice guy, very respectable, but this guy is bizarre.
Tom Brady can actually chug a beer pretty quick.
That is true.
If you know that. So I know he has that guy factor in him, but it is weird that gets suppressed. Now, the thing that changed my mind on Tom Brady forever was that documentary where I had to watch him kiss his son on the lips for a very long amount of time. And it was bad because he kissed him, left, went back, and then kissed him for an extended period of time while his kid was getting like a massage, I believe.
So I believe it was Brady was getting massage, and the kid asked.
That's
the kid
right.
asked if
It
he
was
could.
the opposite
The kid
way.
asked if he could look at Tom Brady's phone to check his fantasy football team.
Yeah, that's right. I had it the other way around. Tom was getting a massage shirtless, and he made his kid come back, and oh God, gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about it. But yeah, ever since
so
then,
weird.
I'm not surprised that he cloned his dog. I find that way more normal than the kissing on the lips of the son thing. I am not a fan of kissing lips on people's kids. I don't know. Not for me. I will never do that. Ever. I will never kiss my kid on the lips. Ever.
And I guess
Cheek, yes. Lips, no.
And the real thing is, all right, he's cloning the dog now. Do we think he eventually will try to clone himself?
Oh, yeah. He's going to be a frozen head guy.
Yeah.
His head's going to be sitting next to Walt Disney's for sure.
I always thought his whole trainer, Alex Guerrero, and the TB12 method and all the pliability, all the diet was hilarious because it's clear that the guy was incredibly gifted and he played incredibly hardworking, had good injury luck, and played in an era where they made it much harder to hit the quarterback, but basically just drew all his success up to weird stretching and massages. And it was wild. It's like, give yourself some credit. It's not this weird crap you're doing.
Yeah, and the thing that bothered me with like even the diet book that he came out with is like you're so out of touch with what's going on in people's lives.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can eat all that crap because it gets made for you. It's easy to stay on a diet if every single meal was made for you, put in front of you, and you don't have to think about it. Buddy, I don't have time to even get the ingredients that you do, let alone learn how to make half of that shit. That is not why I eat unhealthy. It's because of time restraints, number one. Or number two, I'm so drunk that I'll just eat whatever I get on DoorDash. But just stop with the nonsense of like, well, if you eat this, I do it and it's really changed my life. No, you do it because it's easy for you to do it. Not because of the specific foods. If any of us had meals being made for us, we'd all be skinny and could be pliable.
It's crazy. So, Tom, just, dial back the pliability, dial back the avocado ice cream, chill with the clone your dog, and just stick to being America's favorite color commentator.
Do not kiss your kid anymore.
Yeah, don't be kissing your kid.
Andy, I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah.
This is the marathon podcast.
It is.
And I was not anticipating Andrew's section to go that long, but kudos to us. It's our first 2-hour podcast.
Wow, a clean 2. I just think it showed that there's a ton of potential with the third seat. I mean, we have a good time on here. We riff, but a third.
I did like the
I think
third.
it really unlocks the offense. So I think you'll be seeing more guests in the near
Yeah,
future.
you'll definitely be seeing more guests. I enjoyed that. Andrew got very passionate.
He did. And you know what? Some people say, I don't want to just watch you guys agree with each other. So we had to put someone right in the middle of us to
Yeah.
kind of go at us.
He reminds me of like a Max Kellerman. Like
Right.
just like yeah, I don't know.
He eventually was basically booted off First Take. Stephen A. Smith essentially said the reason he wanted him off is he basically said, I want to have an idiot in that chair who I can embarrass, not someone who will outsmart me on TV.
Yeah. No, I think guest format's going to stay. I think episode 19 proved that. And yeah, there's so many videos that I can clip from this. So, God, I hope I have the stamina. But this Saturday, I probably have some extra time to actually get some of these clips out. So
There you go.
thanks for listening with us, guys. If you liked the guest, let us know. I have gained a lot of respect for Joe Rogan after this podcast, though, because he goes like 4 hours on podcasts.
It's crazy.
That's double this.
Yeah.
And with one person. So, frick, man, that's hella impressive. But we're just grateful that you guys stayed along, watched the whole thing. So, thanks. And next episode's a big one. It's number 20.
Number 20.
That's a lot of podcasts, man. It's been a wild ride, definitely.
Yeah, not a lot to get to number 20. In fact, yeah, I think it's 99.7% of podcasts do not make it to episode 20. So
They don't. And
we
some
will,
people, that's like more than a whole season of their podcasts and stuff. So
yeah. So
we're crushing it, man. So 19 in the books. Thanks, guys.
thank you.
Lord